One of the things that people say to me quite a lot is that although perhaps the EU is inefficient, incompetent, absurd and corrupt, all of these things of course it is, but there's one good thing actually that it does do, and it helps on the environment. I can tell you no such thing. I'm in a very quiet small village in East Yorkshire at the moment. As you can see, it's a charming little spot. It's not in an area of great outstanding natural beauty or anything like that. It's just a typical East Yorkshire quiet village. And the European Union environmental policy has made the people's lives in this village a complete and total misery. They have to suffer the smells of sewage sludge and industrial waste which is dumped on the land thanks to EU Directive 1999, which is part of another vision that I've recorded. But what I'm talking about today is wind turbines. This pleasant little place is being threatened with 6 turbines, all of which are the size of Big Ben. Great monstrous things which we all know don't actually work and are going to make everybody's lives in this village a complete misery so that a very few people can make mega bucks. Now just think about this, because the average person thinks, oh, enhancing the wind's a good idea, wind farms, isn't that wonderful, it's good for the planet. Well actually it isn't. 0.038% of our atmosphere is CO2. Hold that one in, 0.038% of our atmosphere is CO2. Only 10% of that is argued, even by our political enemies, is man-made. The United Kingdom only produces 2% of that 10%. So it's absolutely minuscule the difference that these wretched things are going to make. They don't turn on long freezing periods as they didn't in the winter, that the turbines just don't turn so they don't produce anything. And in the long hot periods when refrigeration and air conditioning is on, they don't turn either. So they're utterly useless, as shown in Germany, where 19,000 of these things were built and they haven't decommissioned one single conventional power station. If you add to that that the Chinese are building 100 new power stations coal-fired a year, you can see that these poor people in this little village are being sacrificed to no good end at all. Heartbreaking. So don't anybody tell me that the European Union is good for the environment, because if you add that to all the dead fish they shove back in the sea every year, 500,000 tonnes, and all the other ludicrous things that the European Union Environment Committee get up to, which I'm joining incidentally this year, and I'm looking forward to making their lives a misery by telling them the truth. Why don't people who think these things are a good idea come out of their bed sits in the city and into the countryside for once and see what's really happening?